welcome back to another video on the Football Zone. Now, as the Bundesliga returns this week and is the first major league in Europe to do so, I thought I'd do a video on the Bundesliga this week. And so, here we go. This is Bundesliga, everything you need to know. So, the Bundesliga will return for the first time in just over 2 months this weekend. Though games are behind closed doors, the division is expected to attract a record number of viewers. Despite the fact it is one of the biggest leagues in the world, Bundesliga is less internationally acclaimed than European counterparts, La Liga and the Premier League. However, it is one of the most exciting leagues in the world, featuring high-scoring matches, passionate fans, which most won't see, and a handful of the world's best players, including the likes of Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland at Dortmund alone. So, how does it work? Germany's top division, the Bundesliga, which roughly translates as the Federal League, comprises 18 of the country's top teams. Each season, teams compete for the impressive Meisterschale, I'm going to guess, or the Champions Plate. Of the 18 teams in the league, the four top teams each year qualify for the Champions League, while 5th and 6th place gain entry into the Europa League, the second tier of European competition, of course. And at the other end of the table, the two teams that finish in 17th and 18th are relegated to Bundesliga 2, German's second level of professional football. The two teams in the two Bundesliga are promoted to the top tier. Now here's the fun bit. The team that finishes 16th out of 18th in the Bundesliga plays a 2-match playoff against the team that finishes 3rd in Bundesliga 2. The winner of the tie plays in the Bundesliga next year, while the loser goes or remains in Bundesliga 2. Bundesliga's biggest and most famous and most successful side is Bayern Munich from the south. Nicknamed FC Hollywood, Bayern has a habit of buying Germany's best players and building virtually unbeatable teams. The club has won the Bundesliga 7 times in a row. The last time it failed to do so was in 2012, when it was beaten by Borussia Dortmund, who I believe was managed by Jurgen Klopp. Over the next 2 seasons, Bayern brought 3 of Borussia Dortmund's star players, cementing its dominance in German football. Other big clubs in the league include Dortmund and their local rivals, Borussia Mönchengladbach, easy for me to say, FC Schalke and RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig's rise is particularly interesting, as it's risen from the 5th tier of German football to the Champions League in just under 10 years, powered by the financial backing of energy drink giant Red Bull. Maybe the English Salford, but just a lot more OP. Bayern Munich, Germany's biggest and most storied clubs, has won the Bundesliga for the last 7 years, but could that be about to change? Though Hans-Dieter Flick side is top of the table this season, Borussia Dortmund sit only 4 points behind, while RB Leipzig trail by 5 and Borussia Mönchengladbach by 6. Bayern must play both Dortmund and, I like saying the name, so Borussia Mönchengladbach instead of saying Gladbach. I decided to say Borussia Mönchengladbach. I said it too often now. They've got to play Dortmund away and I'm not going to say it again, Gladbach at home in the remaining 9 matches, and a slip-up could prove very costly. At the bottom of the table, Paderborn are all but done for. However, 6 other sides could realistically still occupy the relegation zone, which is held by Werder Bremen. Bremen have not been relegated to the German second division since 1980 and have finished 8th last term, will be desperate to turn things around. The Bundesliga's top 3 sides, Bayern, Dortmund and Leipzig, are among Europe's top scoring clubs this term. Bayern have scored 73 goals, placing them as the continent's second deadliest attack, only behind Paris Saint-Germain. Dortmund have hit 68 goals and Leipzig 62, which is 4th and 7th best in Europe respectively. Each side is headed by its own superstar striker in the form of Robin Lewandowski for Bayern Munich, Erling Haaland for Borussia Dortmund, and Timo Werner for Leipzig. Lewandowski is the division's top scorer with 25 goals and is en route for his 5th kicker. Oh God, Tejega Canone in 7 years. Werner of Leipzig could still topple that, however, having hit 21 goals. Haaland has far less and only has 9. However, all of those have come in just 8 games since he joined from RB Salzburg in January. Just a quick point, you've got to question why Salzburg, considering they're owned by Red Bull, didn't move Haaland onto Leipzig. That could seem like a pretty poor decision, actually. But oh well. If the 19-year-old keeps scoring at this rate, which is 57 minutes per goal, you never know, he could yet surpass both Lewandowski and Werner, though I certainly won't be betting on it. The Bundesliga is full of England and American players. If you're tuning in from the United States, there is plenty of homegrown talent on display, including Wolfsburg's John Brooks, Wender Berman's Josh Sargent, Schalke's Weston McKennie, Leipzig's Tyler Adams, and there we go, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Fabian Johnson. So certainly for a developing football nation, a lot of talent going on there, which is very promising. The most exciting, however, of the stateside seems to be Borussia Dortmund's young teenager, Giovanni Reina. The 17-year-old son of legend Claudio Reina became the youngest ever American to play in the Bundesliga when he stepped out for SC Augsburg in January, breaking the record which was previously held by Christian Pulisic. On his DFB Pokal debut in February, Reina hit a stunning goal to become the competition's youngest ever goal scorer, and just 2 weeks later, in his Champions League debut, he set up Erling Haaland's to score in a winning goal against PSG in the last 16 first leg. Now moving on to the Brits, of course Jadon Sancho, who has taken the Bundesliga by storm, having moved from Manchester City in 2017. The Englishman is enjoying his best season to date, having scored 14 times and 16 assists he's managed to get. Leipzig also have both Ademola Lookman and Ethan Ampadu, who is on loan from Chelsea, on the books, while 21-year-old former West Ham defender Reece Oxford is on loan. No, he's not on loan anymore, actually. Is with FC Augsburg. And you've also got the likes of John Joe Kenny at Schalke on loan from Everton. So you certainly got a lot to look out for if you're watching from stateside or from the UK. Just before things came to a halt in Germany, there have been numerous protests from fans against Dietmar Hopp, the president of European chasing club Hoffenheim and one of the richest men in the country. In Germany, the 50+1 rule is supposed to prevent commercial entities or individuals from gaining full control of a team. However, Hoffenheim is almost wholly owned by Hopp, and the 80-year-old money helped the club ascend from 6th tier of football to the Bundesliga in just 10 years. After Dortmund fans used derogatory banners and chants against Hopp during a match in February, the German Football Association announced that it was to ban Dortmund supporters from travelling to Hoffenheim for 2 years. This prompted backlash from numerous other sets of fans in the week that followed, prompting some games to be halted mid-match at the advice of the DFB, which had provided referees with a 3-step plan to stop protests. How the fans will make their voices heard this weekend when the action resumes remains to be seen, but it sure will be interesting. That is all for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think about the Bundesliga in the comments down below. Link to Twitter is in the description for all the latest football news. My other channels are on screen at the moment. Make sure to subscribe to them. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.